Guard, can you drive the buses in Manhattan? We're all part of transportation. It's just a weird place for us to be. And it's the reality. But the reality became, after the attacks of 9/11, we kind of returned to our roots. And the Department of Homeland Security has been a wonderful home for us. It's the right place for us to be. We're very, very fortunate to be welcomed by our DoD brethren and sisters, and it's a great fit for us. We appreciate it, and I think that's where we're at today, is a return kind of to our roots where Hamilton originally thought we should be, in something like the Department of Homeland Security. So some people might ask, how are we, what are these authorities? We have very, very broad domestic statutory authorities ranging in, we're in Title 14, 14 U.S.C. 89, Port and Waterway Safety Act, and other areas that we've had broad, tremendous domestic authority. And we are not bound by posse comitatus. So we're the one armed force that is not bound by posse comitatus. So domestically, we're quite broad and quite privileged. Under international law, we're fortunate to be practicing what's provided for in the law of the Sea Treaty. We, by custom, practice the international laws, things dealing with the contiguous zone, exclusive economic zone, et cetera. So we have international authority through the LOST by customary international law, declared by Reagan in '82, and domestically we have tremendous support and authorities provided by the Congress. And as you listen today, I think the 21st century demands more and more Coast Guards. The force projection may not be as important as it has been in the past. What most countries and developing countries are looking for and looking toward today are things basic to them, like fisheries, coastal security, piracy, and oil. They're looking for those. So what we have is a continuous request in the Coast Guard for expertise in these areas through the State Department. It's consistent. And it's particularly interesting that many of the places that are asking for our support and our knowledge and our laws and our authorities is in the developing world. The developing world, and that's where terror breeds, and that's where the terrorists reside. So if we can utilize the Coast Guard, this unique instrument of national security, to develop Coast Guards, which is really today's Navy, a 21st century Navy is the U.S. Coast Guard in many facets and parts around the world, we can help reduce some of this terrorist activity. Because many of these countries already have these authorities provided to them through the LOST, and many are signatories, but they don't know how to exercise the authorities granted them. So we're helping develop those codes for them within their domestic authority, but internationally we have that. So some of these ports issues are really being exported to developing countries and really help us to have a safer, more peaceful planet. When you look and you say, okay, we have these great authorities, Glenn, it's wonderful. And in terms of protecting the country, we are